Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Ash, and in this video we'll be talking about the cruise store. So I hadn't been able to make another video for a while because we had a hurricane here, we lost power for 5 days, and then it got very busy here. So a video is overdue. So I wanted to talk about the cruise store because that's a question I got asked on another video, and I often get asked questions about whether it's possible to buy things as crew on the ship. So every ship has a cruise store. Some are bigger and better than other ships. Some are really small kind of cupboard things, and you can only fit a number of people inside the cruise store. But there are places on there. It's basically like a little convenience store where you can buy snacks and food and essentials. It's nothing fancy, it's just a room for the things you can buy. So if you're feeling like you want a little snacky snack, a little something to eat, you've been a bit peckish, you can go there and get some snacks. I often go there, my go-to snack was always a big bag of Cheetos, those iced coffee Starbucks glass jar things, you know, like, I don't know what you call them, one of them, and then a big muffin. Normally they have like big banana muffins or like a big chocolate muffin. One of them was always my go-to. If they didn't have the muffins, because sometimes they're very popular, I'd go for a honey bun. But that's just my treat, that's what I like. As well as food and drink, there are personal hygiene products on there as well. So if you come to the ship as a new hire and you don't bring anything, you will have the chance to buy something in the cruise store. Doesn't have many brands, it's very limited on different choice of what you can get. Because obviously, again, it's not a big supermarket, it's just got some stuff on there in case you need it. So it's a very good place to get essentials if you really need it. If you run out of shampoo and shower gel and you know that you can't get off at the next port, then that is the place where you'd go. So it helps take away a little bit of stress if you're like, oh my god, I'm literally one squeeze away from my shower gel being empty, or I'm one wipe away from, you know, whatever you're wiping and whatever you're wiping it with. If you need stuff, then that's where you can get it from, and it just helps a little bit. For me, I wouldn't get a lot of stuff at the cruise store. You know, I get a few snacks now and again, but even snacks and personal hygiene products I would get at a supermarket at a port. Based at Port Canaveral, we would go to Walmart on Merritt Island. That's where I would get most of my stuff. But it was there as an option, and I did have to a couple of times get some shower gel and stuff from there. The cruise store also does carry random things like undershirts and men's underwear. Never ever saw women's underwear, I don't think, but I remember there being men's underwear and like a section of things that I never really looked at. Just things. I think like laundry. I think it was like laundry pens and stuff like that. Maybe nail clippers and tweezers. I never really looked at that stuff, so I don't know what else is in there. You also get the opportunity to buy some Disney merch, some Disney products. So you might find some Disney Cruise Line stuff for you to buy in there, and you might get some special occasion stuff. Sometimes if things get left over from Christmas or Halloween or some type of special event, and if it doesn't go anywhere else, there might be a few things left over that they say, hey, crew, do you want to have the opportunity to buy it? And you can buy it there. So there are other options and things you can buy. I got a shirt, not a shirt, it's like a t-shirt that says like crew member, and it has all the names of the ships on it. So there's things like that as well. So just like the rest of the cruise ship, and majority of cruise ships around the world, they don't accept cash. You can't pay with cash. You pay using your staff ID, which your staff ID is your room key and everything like that. It's all in one thing. So they'll set up an account for you, and you will pay for products and things using your crew ID. And there are two options with your crew ID on how to pay for stuff. There is an option where you can keep your account open all the time, which basically means you can just spend as much as you want on there, and then every kind of 2 weeks, I think it's pretty much on the payday or the day after payday, the ship will charge you for everything that you spent in those kind of 2 weeks. So you'll need to set up a payment option with a credit card or debit card or anything like that. Or there's option 2, and option 2 is basically the option where you have a spend limit, which I think is $70, which means once you've spent $70, you won't be able to buy anything else on the ship. There's literally no kind of exceptions. They won't. If you go to the crew bar, crew store, and you tap your card, you try to buy something, they'll say no, you can't buy it because your crew account's closed. What that means, you just have to go to the crew office and you're going to have to pay off your account. A lot of people use that as well as a way to kind of budget their money so they know how much they're spending. So if you're someone who, you know, doesn't really think about how much they spend and just tap your card all the time, keep buying a packet of Cheetos here, a couple of drinks here, and suddenly, you know, $2,000 you've spent on absolute nonsense, which can happen. You can end up, as a crew member, spending a lot of money, a lot of your pay on the ship because you buy things on the ship. So if you want to spend limit, that is the best option. So there isn't really much else to talk about with the Crew store. I just wanted to answer those kind of questions of, yes, you can buy stuff on the Crew store. Yes, there are personal hygiene products on the Crew store. Yes, there are snacks and stuff you can buy. It's a crew only area, so it's a fairly relaxed place to go. The people that work in there are generally the people that work in merchandise. So if you've got a merchandise position, you might work in the shop upstairs with the guests, and then you also might rotate. I don't think everyone does, but yeah, I don't know how it works. But you might rotate and work in there as well. So yeah, the Crew store is a good place if you need things, essential things, but you can also spend a lot of money in there. So that brings me to the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I've been Ash, and until next time, goodbye.